They called it the Monaco of the Midlands. Once a year from 1986 to 1990, the streets of Birmingham city centre became a motor racing circuit. Tens of thousands of spectators packed pavements and grandstands as the top names in Formula 3000 reached speeds of 180 miles an hour in the Birmingham Super Prix. More than 30 years later, motor manufacturers are all about electric. These taxis max out at 80 miles an hour, but electric racing cars, known as Formula E, can top 140. And as West Midlands Mayor Andy Street toured the LEVC factory in Coventry today, he had an announcement.
Formula E have looked at Birmingham, they've seen the great sporting events that are hosted here so very, very well, and they are saying they want Birmingham to host a race in their calendar. They've been inspected, they believe that it is feasible, and now we need to move to the agreement with the City Council to actually host this, and of course we've got to think about the sponsorship arrangements as well.
Back in Birmingham, the man who made the original Super Prix a reality is looking back, but also forward to next year's planned event. Former racing driver Martin Hone gathered support from some of the biggest names in the sport at the time: Argentinian Juan Manuel Fangio, American Carroll Shelby, and homegrown talents like James Hunt, Sterling Moss, and even legendary commentator Murray Walker. Although a political row led to the contract for the Super Prix eventually going to a rival bidder, Martin's eager to be involved in the new proposal.
I'm excited because it's like a resurrection to me. When it started off, they used to call me the father of road racing. Now people are dubbing me the grandfather of it. But I believe we can really have something that will put Birmingham in pole position for tourist attracting.
A change in the law last year means organised street racing is legal again, and one plan could reinstate and repurpose parts of the old Super Prix circuit. The cars sped off from a start on Bristol Street, screeching left and tearing effectively the wrong way up Belgrave Middleway. A hairpin bend at HADEN CIRCUS sent them back down what was temporarily named Peter Barwell Hill after the city councillor who first suggested the race. A sharp right into Sherlock Street continued into PERSHORE Street and the wholesale markets where the teams were based, before a hard left into Bromsgrove Street and left again to take the flag at Bristol Street. The start and finish line, which also doubled as the pits area, was in front of the aptly named but recently demolished Monaco House. Andrew Smallman was only 6 months old when the last race was held in 1990, but he started the Birmingham Super Prix project, archiving photos and videos of the races, many, like this one, shot by a spectator on a then state-of-the-art VHS camcorder. Andrew says the return of the road race is long overdue.
The noise obviously won't be there, which is something that a lot of people remember from the Birmingham Super Prix, but with Formula E it's about the development, and it's something that we can certainly promote, especially with Birmingham's rich motoring and motorsport heritage and our motor industry. It's going to do great for the city.
It's not probably my cup of tea, but I'd support it, yeah. Anything that raises the profile of the city, really.
As long as it brings in the tourist people in, do you know what I mean, brings money to the city, then it's always a good thing.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, we like cars, don't we?
Well, it might give them an excuse to mend the potholes so they can run the races over them. That might benefit the best of us, mightn't it?
Birmingham has changed immeasurably since the 1980s. It's now an international tourist destination with top hotels and world-class restaurants. The Commonwealth Games are just around the corner. The crocuses that spelled out Birmingham Super Prix opposite the finish line are long gone now. But the hope is the new race will encourage even more visitors, unlike the crocuses, to return year after year. Andy Bevan, ITV News.